In this video, we are going to revise passive voice once again. But before talking about passive voice, it's important for us to learn about active voice first, and here are some examples. Here comes the first active voice example. I eat an apple. In sentences, the subject is who performs the action, the verb is the action, and the object is who receives the action. So, in this example, I eat an apple. I is the subject, eat is the verb, and an apple is the object. Let's take a look at another example. The hunters killed the animals. In this sentence, the hunters is the subject, kill is the verb, and the animals is the object. So normally in our daily life, we use active voice to represent our ideas, to express our ideas in a way that is more straightforward and easy to understand. But I have a question. Can we express the same ideas using another way? Definitely yes. Here comes the passive voice. Next, how to convert an active voice sentence to a passive voice sentence? We have to follow the following steps. Step number 1. We have to identify the object in the active sentence. For example, I eat an apple. An apple is the object. And then step number 2. We have to make that object becomes the new subject. So, an apple is put at the beginning of the sentence in passive voice, and it becomes the new subject. Step number 3. We have to use the appropriate form of verb to be plus a past participle. So originally, in active voice, you can see the word eat. It is a verb. But after changing it into passive voice, you will see the phrase is eaten. And finally, step number 4. We have to mention the original subject using by. So the whole sentence becomes, an apple is eaten by me. It is just one of the examples in passive voice, but don't forget that passive voice can be used in different tenses, like present tense, past tense, and future tense. Let me give you some examples. Passive voice can be used with present tense, like the animals are killed by hunters. Passive voice can also be used with past tense, like the animals were killed by hunters. Last but not least, passive voice can also be used with future tense. The animals will be killed by hunters. So make sure that you know the time expression, and so that you can apply passive voice with the correct tenses successfully. After revising the passive voice, it's time for you to practice. Now, let's see if you can convert the following sentences to passive voice. Question number 1. The chef cooks the meal. If you forget how to do it, you may take a look at the following steps and follow them one by one. Let's check the answers together. The answer is, the meal is cooked by the chef. So based on the following steps, you can generate the answer. So step number 1, identify the object in the active sentence. In the active voice sentence, the meal is the object, right? So we have to make that object becomes the new subject and put it at the beginning of the sentence in passive voice. And then after that, we have to use the appropriate form of verb to be and plus a past participle. As this sentence is written in present tense, so we also need to keep it as the original in present tense, and then we have to add a past participle. So cooks becomes cooked. Finally, we have to add the word by and then mention the original subject, which is the chef. Next question. Question number 2. The teacher graded the exams. So, how can we convert the following sentence to passive voice? Here comes the answer. The exams were graded by the teacher. The exams is the object, so we try to make it into the new subject. And then graded is written in past tense. So we have to write down the verb to be in past tense in the passive voice sentence, plus a past participle, graded. And then we need to add the word by, and after that we have to mention the original subject, which is the teacher. Last but not least, let's try the last question. Question number 3. The students will revise the dictation later. How can we convert it into a passive voice sentence? Very straightforward and easy, right? The answer is the dictation will be revised by the students later. So, first of all, we have to find out the object, which is the dictation. And we are trying to make it to become the new subject. And it is put at the beginning of the passive voice sentence. And then after that, will revise becomes will be revised. And after that, we have to add the word by and mention the subject, which is the students. This is the end of the video. I hope that through this video, you are able to have a better understanding about passive voice and how to convert sentences from active voice to passive voice. And thanks for watching. Let's see each other next time.